The Belgium squad for the Euros has been announced, and there's no less than 13 Premier League players in that squad. There's 24 names there. There's only going to be 23, so one will go. But this Belgium side have not come from nowhere, but kind of come from nowhere in the last sort of 10 years or so. Their average ranking in the FIFA World Rankings is 36th. They're currently second in the world. And the top team in Europe, again, according to those rankings, which are a bit dodgy sometimes. But where have Belgium come from, Robbie? This is madness. Their squad is littered with names.
I mean, just they've got unbelievable talent right throughout the team. Hazard, who we all know, guys like Fellaini, your mob, your defenders, Tottenham, Alderweireld and Vertonghen, Vermaelen, Courtois in goal. It's just unbelievable. They apparently got an incredible youth system in Belgium.
Oh, they have to, don't they? Because none of these guys are old, really, are they, either?
Yeah.
Where's your old head in there?
Witsel as well in midfield. I mean, these guys are real top players. They're all playing in a lot of top teams around Europe, and they're a really, really strong team. Really strong. Just, you look at this squad and you think, particularly the strikers. I mean...
Well, that's interesting. So they've got 4 midfielders here. They picked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sort of winger/strikers. So that they've got a lot of attacking options.
Hazard, De Bruyne, Lukaku, Origi, Benteke, Batshuayi. That guy Batshuayi as well. Who's I know Tottenham are looking at. Also apparently interested in West Ham. He's a very, very good player.
One of the things
it's a good team.
Oh mate, it is a fantastic team, and they were one of the ones I tipped for the World Cup in 2014. I thought that they had enough there to do a lot more than they did, and they did disappoint. And there have been teams that have failed to live up to the hype many times before.
That would be interesting with this
Holland,
start.
a great example of that.
Yeah, because you've got, like you say, the World Cup. They were the dark horses there, and then even in the qualifying, Wales have done better than them. So it can go wrong for them sometimes. But they're 2 years older, 2 years wiser, and still a young squad.
What I would also say, and we haven't mentioned, out of all of the massive names there, world famous names, Dembele could be the most important. Yeah, I'm saying this from experience because I've seen what Dembele has done for Tottenham this year. Pochettino's got him playing like the improvement in a player is in him. It is like nothing I've seen before. He's managed to turn him into this absolute beast in midfield. And you mentioned strength at the beginning of the show. He's the strongest footballer on earth. He just can't get the ball off him. It's ridiculous.
What does he always scratch people for then if he's so strong?
That was once, and he was provoked by Diego Costa. You know what he's like.
I had to get that in there, sorry. he is a quality player, Dembele.
That's a really good point that you talk about him, because in this squad, you've got all these players are, wingers and forwards, but they need the ball. They need to get the ball, and that's what he's done brilliantly at Spurs.
He carries the ball.
He's going to be a crucial player for them.
Absolutely. If he doesn't start, then that would be the reason why they don't win the Euros.
Yeah.
They've also got De Bruyne who can drop into that position as well, who, again, is very creative. They've got a really, really good team. But, as you said, they've had a really good team in the last couple of tournaments, and they've underachieved. They've been very disappointing, I think. I think there's a lot of pressure on them, Belgium, to actually at least get to minimum the semi-final and possibly win it.
I think you're right. It's their golden generation, isn't it? And even someone like Kompany, who's out of it now, you'd think for any national team that would be a huge loss. But their strength in depth is very, very good, especially in centre-back.
Still got Alderweireld, still got Vertonghen.
And also, I think, look, the height and the strength of this team. You've got Fellaini, you've got Benteke to come off the bench, you've got Lukaku, and also maybe this is more of a weakness. Flav, maybe you can tell me a bit about this one, is that they do play with makeshift fullbacks in Vertonghen and Alderweireld, who are the best centre-backs, the best centre-back pairing probably in the Premier League. How do they fare when they do play out there?
I've never seen Alderweireld play right back, but I know he has done. So I know he's done for Belgium, but he's also
did at Southampton, didn't he?
Absolutely. So look, they're both good enough to play there. I don't think that's the issue. It's surprising if they don't start in the middle, because, as you say, Spurs have had the best defence in the league this year, just on goals conceded at least. So it's a strange one. The other thing that might allude to the fact that they haven't been as successful as they can be is in the modern game, your width comes from your fullbacks. Alderweireld and Vertonghen won't provide width. It's not the way they're built. They don't play that way. they don't get up and down like Danny Rose or Luke Shaw or Bellerin. These are players you need that provide width, and in the modern game with the way it is, that's where it comes from, because you got those three front players, whether they swap around or not, are cutting in constantly. They're not going down the flank, so it has to come from the fullbacks. That might be a part of the problem. Will they have an issue defensively? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But going forward, they might.
Another weakness, possibly, if we're picking holes in this squad, maybe the goalkeepers with the seasons that they've had.
Yeah, I
mean, you've only got to play one, obviously, but
Minane's had quite a poor season.
Suarez as well.
He's made a lot of mistakes, and so has Courtois. But they're still, though, very experienced goalkeepers. Courtois, even though he's young, is still a top keeper. He could still go there and be
with a lot of experience at the top level at a young age as well.
Milane, he's again experienced. He's going to be playing in the Europa League final. So
we are splitting hairs. We're a weakness.
This is an exciting squad, isn't it?
Very much so.
Yeah.
I'm excited, and because there's such a big Tottenham contingent, if England don't go far, then I'll follow.
Going Belgique?
Yeah, definitely. Mate.
Why not?
Why not?
For me, it's all about, can Belgium handle the pressure?
And one person we've got to talk about, because he's essentially had 8 months off. It's Eden Hazard, and he scored. He scored this week. He's starting to get there a little bit. I guess he hasn't had a rest, but very good psychologically, he
has had a rest.
He has had a rest.
He was very good against Tottenham. He was probably the man of the match against Liverpool last night. He's back. I think the quality player doesn't just become, unless you're Falcao or something weird like that. A quality player doesn't become terrible overnight, and it's a cliche, but it's true. Hazard is on his day one of the best forwards in the world, and. Mate, you just look at that team.
But don't worry, if it doesn't work out, you've got De Bruyne there as well.
I was going to say, I actually think the standout player you've got to watch out for is De Bruyne. He was
another one who's been
over
rested
in Germany,
to an extent.
And has come back this season for Man City. Again, he's been brilliant.
Yeah.
He is going to be a danger. And you know what? Fellaini in midfield, right?
Gives you that spike.
He gets a lot of stick, but he's such an effective player if you play him in a certain way, so...
Look, everything, for Fellaini, everything's gone wrong at Man United. Everything went right for him at Everton. He was a standout player. He's a good player, and he's probably the weakest.
So to wrap it up, they've got a group with Republic of Ireland, Italy and Sweden. How far do you think these guys are going to go? Give us a prediction. Where are Belgium going to finish in the Euros?
I think Belgium will get through that group quite comfortably. I see them getting to the semis. But somehow I just think, again, they might just slip up. I still think getting past Germany and those sort of teams might just be a bridge too far. But I think minimum semi-finals for Belgium.
And Belgian fan Flav?
Semi-final.
Semi-final.
Yeah. Again, the lack of experience will probably prevent them from winning the whole thing.
So that's what the boys think. Let us know what you think in the comments below. How good is this squad? Who are the key players in this squad? What are the weaknesses in this squad? And are there any other countries who can take the Euro crown from Belgium? Let us know. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like. And if you want to subscribe to the Ball Street channel, click on Flav's face. Giving you a week off.